All right, people. So today I want to get into some really core concepts that are essential to smart money and just kind of how you can find sniper entries, sniper exits. A very classic setup that happens almost every day. That's something else that we're going to be going over today. So without further ado, let's start it. But I wanted to talk to y'all a little bit about funded accounts because I'm new to that. A lot of y'all know who know me from the past know I've always traded my own money in these markets. I've pretty much been sleeping on funded accounts in a sense to where I'm just like, I'll look into it one day maybe if I want to or something. But then it was holiday break and a friend was telling me like, yo, bro, just mess with funded accounts. Just mess with funded accounts now, like, you know, because I wasn't going to trade my money this week outside of my swing trades that I currently have active. So I was like, this is a perfect time for me to just mess with a funded account and just see what it's really looking like and like take it serious. You know what I'm saying? Like actually try to take a funded account serious. So then I was able to, I posted it or whatever. I was able to pass, I got my whole government on here. That's crazy. But I was able to pass the, what you call it, the Apex one. And I do think that it's I actually advocate for funded accounts now. Like when I thought about it more, I was like, all right, if you think about any business, they always tell us, yo, leverage other people's money. So it's like, why would we not do that on the trading side? You know what I mean? Like not leverage other people's money. I was like, yo, maybe I'm bugging for always using my own bread in the market. Maybe I should try to like just do funding more often and just leverage other people's money. So I might take a little time period here and see if I could like get some funded accounts under my belt or whatever. But if anybody's interested in it, this is a what you call it, affiliate link or whatever, basically. So like I do get a commission if y'all use this link. That's no secret. But if y'all are interested in funding accounts yourselves and you wanted a link, you could use this. I'm gonna throw this in the chat. I'm gonna throw this in the chat right now. Man, y'all could use this link if y'all want to. And it gives you a discount if you type in save 50. All right. Yeah, Marty. We could talk about that ASAP. I don't want to spend too much time on it because we got a lot to get to, but next time we get a chance, definitely we can definitely get into funded type talk. But use that code, y'all. It give you like 71% off. I think that discount is still going on, but it might be ending like maybe tomorrow for real. So y'all want to make sure y'all get on that ASAP. So you can use that link right there, save 50 or whatever. But let's get into the charts now. Let's get to the charts. So first and foremost, I have a question for I got a question for y'all on these charts right quick. So let's go there. All right, smooth. So boom, who let me see who in here for real, because this is good. Oh, thank you, Kendall, for saying it's 3 days left. It's 3 days left with that discount, y'all. 3 days left. But so yo, let me see my phase two members. Is anybody in here from phase two? Let me see these members in here. Basically, phase two people are people who obviously did phase one already, so they did my mentorship. I'm gonna see who in here, and I got a question for y'all. Maybe y'all could tell me, and I kind of want anybody to answer, but I'm really gonna be looking at my phase two members. So hold on, let me see something right quick. Oh, what up, Brock? What up? Good to see you in here, brother. All right, so boom. My phase two members and anybody that's never worked with me, I just want to know, where do y'all think price is going to next? Do y'all think price should be going down from here or going up from here? You could ignore this green rectangle, that shouldn't be there. Do y'all think price is going down from here or going up from here? I see Miss Ava said up. I see a lot of people saying up. Why does everybody think up? I'm confused. I want to know why. Like anybody that's not from phase two, basically, right? Meaning people that's never worked with me before. Why do y'all think it's going up? What is y'all? I see somebody said fair value gap. What about the fair value gap though? Like this, like what about it? You know what I mean? I see fill some gaps. Sell side has been taken. Okay, but there could be more sell side. Like it's definitely more sell side. So why we saying it's going up? It's sell side, it's buy side, it's liquidity all over the market. So you know what I mean? I need a little more. I see price rejecting to go up. Okay, so it's like failure to go lower type vibe. I see what you're getting at there. Once I see in the chat, lots of bottom wicks. I see somebody say that's a flag. Okay, interesting. But my phase two members, DOL faded this place equal. Okay, I see. Contavious, I see you. The man looks heavy. News tomorrow. Penny last trading day of the year. relatively equal highs. All right. All right, Tanise, where do you think it's going? Since Tanise, like, can we answer now? Go ahead, phase two, member. So, Tanise, where do you think price is going? Higher or lower? Since Tanise want to answer so bad, go ahead, talk to us, Tanise. Since you just know, like, I don't understand. Somebody already said it. Yeah. All right, so boom. Yeah, somebody did already say it. Shout out Q. And you know what? Yeah. All right. Don't give too much. Don't give too much. I just want to say up or down. Don't give too much. But yeah, so my phase two members is all agreeing. I know she's supposed to be on the cruise. Why is she here? Like, who invited her? It's like, nah. But my phase two members know price is definitely supposed to go up and target these highs. So let's keep that in mind. Let's keep that in mind. Because when you trade ES, you should ideally have NASDAQ next to it. That's something I'm pretty big on. It helps guide your trades a lot. So let's just remember that based on what we see here, we already know price is going to run above these highs. We already know that. I mean, it's not really a question to us. It's not like it's almost guaranteed. I don't want to say it's guaranteed, it's like almost guaranteed, low key. And that's what I mean a lot. A lot of y'all who've been working with me recently been hearing me say things like price has an objective, or you know where price is going before it gets there. So if you know where price is going, all it is just entries for you at this point, right? And so now let's look at the play I took. So this is actually the play that allowed me to pretty much finalize the funded challenge, basically, to get me funded right here. This is the play that I took. So let's just remember, I made sure they was lined up at the same time. See, this is an 11:27 candle. This is 11:30, but this is also the 5-minute chart. This is the 1-minute chart, okay? On the left side is the 1-minute chart. So I'm going over to NASDAQ. All I use ES for right now is to show me that, yo, price is about to go to the upside. Therefore, I have a bullish bias on NASDAQ. So let's move over and let's look at NASDAQ. So a lot of people see NASDAQ, and if I ask y'all the same question, I bet y'all if y'all didn't look at ES, you guys would be telling me, yo, price is gonna go lower. Y'all gonna be like, why do you say it's gonna go lower? A lot of you guys would be looking at it like this and seeing some type of a bear flag. It's like a nice bear flag, right? It's cute. It's cute. But I don't like chart patterns for a reason, right? It's not enough. It's not enough. But it is a bear flag, but it doesn't play out. So remember, I have a bullish bias. Now here's a setup that I want you guys to look into a lot. If you know where price is going ahead of time and you see a consolidative state, something I had mentioned y'all before, but I'm mentioning it again, is it's gonna do one of two things. Remember, it's gonna either break out, we never take the first breakout, and then come back in before it pushes back up, right? Or it's gonna do that same consolidation, break out, never take the first breakout, and then aggressively move back to the other direction hard. So now you have to ask yourself, like, yo, which one is it gonna be? Is it gonna be the downside, or is it gonna be this version? Like, how do you know which one is gonna be? And that comes from knowing where price is supposed to go ahead of time. So that's my mindset in this trade. This is what, a couple days ago? Well, no, this is yesterday, actually. I'm tweaking. So much has happened in the past 24. So, all right, so just keep that in mind. All right, so I'm waiting for some type of breakout, obviously in the upward direction, because I already have a bullish bias. Why? Because ES already told me. ES was clearer to me than NASDAQ. The only thing I could say on NASDAQ was that the low of the day, based on the 5-minute time frame, I already knew was in. This is something I haven't taught even my phase two members. So nobody knows this, but they will be learning that starting next week. But there is a way to know with about an 85 to 88% probability whether the low of the day was already put in on a 5-minute candle closure basis. So based on the 5-minute time frame, I already knew that this is the low of the day. So that's one thing that I'm already having a bullish bias for. Another thing is, and remember, that's like 85%, right? So there's a 15% chance I could be wrong. That's why I still needed ES to give me that extra confluence, and they did. So at this point, what I'm waiting on, I'm waiting for price to, we just got a breakout. You know how many people took calls on this breakout? And then guess what happens to them? Guess what happens to them? They get destroyed when price, oh, let's move it color. They get destroyed when price comes back in. But what was I waiting on? What we say to wait on? we said to wait on the retest of the consolidation. I don't like the word retest personally. I'm just using it because it's easier for people to understand. I don't like that word retest. I don't do retests. But price came back to the order block that caused the breakout. Okay, this is my entry. Now, this play, now we see what happens, right? That's the real move, right? That's the real move. And then we exit up here, and this was the final move I needed to pass that challenge. So we exit up here. Entry inside of the OB, exit up in there. All right. So, and what is it? The high. And then also, let's see ES just to show you guys, were you guys right or wrong about ES having a bullish draw? Yes, you were. Look at that. What did ES do with this, with their consolidation? Breakout, retest the breakout, same thing. Boom. This is the real move. That's the real move. Ran above these highs really aggressively. So they both did the same thing, of course, because they tend to move in tandem. So remember, if you know what price is going ahead of time and you see some consolidation, don't take the first breakout. Wait for price to come back in. Now, that's called AMD. So not AMD a stock, but that's what we call accumulation, manipulation, distribution. So keep that in mind. Accumulation, right, which is the consolidation part. Manipulation is when they break out. And then, well, my fault, I'm tweaking. AMD is the other version, my fault. All right. This is just simply coming back to the order block that caused the breakout. AMD is the one that I said goes like this, y'all. This is AMD. Accumulation, manipulate one side, distribute to the other side. That's AMD. But what we just witnessed wasn't AMD. It was the other version of consolidation. Don't take the first breakout. Wait for the order block or the fair value gap that caused the breakout. All right. Now, keep that in mind as we move forward, right? So let's look at this. Let's look at this. Let's look at this. Let's look at this. Beautiful people, beautiful people, beautiful people. I have a question for you. Where do you think price should be going to next? Anybody can answer whether I worked with you before or not. Phase 1 or phase 2, or people that's not even in none of my mentorships. Where do y'all think price is supposed to go to next? Just by looking at the weekly chart. So awesome as ever said up. Anybody, and feel free to come off mute if y'all want. I want to hear like some rationale too. Come off mute if you want to. Where do you think price should be going to next and why? Don't cheat either. Please don't cheat, y'all. I want y'all to really tell me what y'all think should happen. She said one more candle. I'm seeing eye emojis. I'm seeing down. I'm seeing a lot of people say down. This is interesting. We like this. We like this. We got higher. Okay, so we got a mixed crowd in here. Change that down lower. Low. I think he's saying.
I think it will be consolidating.
You think it's going to consolidate in here? Okay. No problem. Down
right.
To the... All right, interesting.
I changed it to down because it just made a lower low.
Because it just made a lower low right here. All right, bet. I see what you're saying. Down to the yellow line to grab some more liquidity and then up. Heard it. Higher. Down because that's a head and shoulders pattern. Okay, I see the head and shoulders. I ain't even peeped that before. There you go. Got to see that continuation. OB hold. This one hold. Okay, I see what you're talking about. So what Sheila's saying, she got to see if this red candle is going to hold right there. All right, price should be trending in the same direction with ES and NASDAQ. Yeah, pretty much. It should. I see Alexa said nearest tool not respected. Three tool. I can't say too much. They don't, just because the nearest don't. But I hear you. OTE maybe. I see what you're saying. So I got a mixed crowd in here. That's crazy. Yo, phase 2 members, man. We just talked about this phase 2. Not this ticker, but this concept. We was just talking about this. Phase 2, I want y'all to really think about. Man, I can't say too much. I would just say this. We definitely have a bullish draw. Okay, a bullish draw. It's bullish. There's a bullish draw here. So this retracement, I'm expecting to get bought up. Yeah. Now, this is something I actually put in the other Discord. Some of y'all in a different Discord with me. I told y'all that I'm bullish on Euro USD. And you see, I wrote that here. Remember this? I said, expecting every dip to get bought until price reaches this red area. Well, I gotta press play first. Hold on. Okay. This red area from right here. All right. I said, expecting every dip to get bought until price reaches red area. I expect price to push past the red area, but the red area is a safe target. So I don't know if y'all remember this, but remember I said that when price was down here, right? It was down here, and then we had price push into the red area. Good. We got a reaction at the red area. But what I said, I expect price to push past the red area. And then nonetheless, we got the push past, right? We got the breakout of it, and then we'll see what happens next. But you guys, this is the weekly now. So this placement higher with a busy created. All right, now we talking. This placement higher with it. You see what's going on. And we get, and then this is not even the real top. That's another story. That's some other stuff we'll talk about in a minute. It's not even a real top. So my phase 2 members, I was hoping y'all would see that. Plus, all I would say is, just phase 2 members, just think, you know what I mean? Like, think about the lows right now and all of that. That's all I would say. So if you know where price is going, you know whether to believe in this retracement or not. Right? We just had an immediate rebalance before a push up. That's all that transpired there. And so with that being said, that's the same thing. And just to show, because we were talking about this on a different Zoom, our purple area target did get reached, right? So now we wouldn't just kind of not really sit on our hands, because I expect more downside personally, but I wouldn't be surprised to see some retracements coming out of here anytime soon. But ultimately, we took DXY from up here. But that's from when you guys been meeting with me. I'm talking about new people. We've been looking at DXY from here, and we finally got to the purple area that I've been talking about for a while now. And so if you know where price is going, you know what rallies to believe in. So I know price that came just short, like I'm talking about tick short of the yellow line that I told y'all about before. And then we had a green candle come in, and I think, people started to get bullish on it. And I'm like, yo, any rally will get shorted until we reach to our target. Because the biggest thing I've been trying to stress to people is price has an objective at all times. Okay? So until price reaches its objective, these are not reversals, these are just retracements, simply put. All right? Now, let's go ahead to PowerPoint for one quick sec. And I just wanted to show. This is the same thing with knowing where price will go. So my phase 2 members, this is screenshots from y'all chat, the phase 2 chat. I asked them, I gave them a quiz. This is before picture on the left, this is the after picture on the right. Okay, so I gave them a before quiz. I said, where is price gonna draw to? Where is the real draw for price? And in the chat, everybody was mentioning how it's gonna be this yellow line up top, and you see that price eventually delivered there, right? Because so we knew not to believe in any of the retracements that's going on. So here's the thing, right? Who here knows about order blocks? Who here trades order blocks? Can I see something in the chat? Who here trades order blocks? Talk to me. I don't know if y'all, it's okay if you don't. It's okay if you don't, if you don't know what it is. I don't even really, you know what I mean? I see Lauren said she does. That's what's up. That's what's up. And y'all young? Princess, sometimes Johnson said she does. Okay, that's fire. So just a few people so far, but it's okay if y'all don't worry about it. If you don't know what it is, it ain't nothing. You said Cartier said trying to get into it a bit more. Just know valid order block has a fit rate. I'm in convergence. I think he's saying fit value, but okay, got you in convergence. Heard you. Need to learn more about them. Yeah, I got you. Well, I'll show y'all. Like people, this ultimately would be a valid OB right here. And I just want people to stop teaching that it's only one candle. It's not just the top green candle, it's the consecutive greens, but we'll talk about that more in depth and everything. So this is the order block. This is supposed to be bearish. So you know what price is supposed to do here? Price is supposed to come up in here, anywhere in this area, but maybe even to the top of it, and break down and develop new lows based on what just transpired. But here's the thing. If you know where price is going, then we know to fade this OB. We know this is not going to work. You might get a little reaction, something cute, whatever, but it ain't going to develop new lows. So when you know where price is going ahead of time, you stop taking bad order blocks. You stop taking bad fair value gaps. You stop taking bad, whatever you use for bad chart patterns, bad double bottoms, bad double tops, all that, whatever you take. If you know price is going ahead of time, then you know what to believe in and what not to. So you see, oh, we got a reaction. People probably got hyped, like, oh, look, order block, there you go, I knew it. You know what I'm saying? And then what happens? Price eventually breaks out to the upside and goes to our draw. Now, this is the futures chart, right? So you have some overnight price action that's a little choppy, but you see that price eventually goes to where we said price would go to, which is yellow line. And ultimately, spoiler alert, is it does go even well above it. All right, but you know what to take and what not to take if you know ahead of time where price is going. And same thing here. So this is kind of like what we did here on Unity and with Best Buy. These are a couple swings that some of my members are in, like my phase 2 members. We in these because these are still active trades. We still in them. But you see that we have price going on Unity. We got price going to like 45 and change. We've been riding Unity since this is the 15-minute chart on the left. This was our entry here on Unity. And so we holding, you know what I mean? We in profit. We could take profit if we want to. But if you want to see to the target, we trying to take it to 45. All right. And then the same thing on Best Buy on the right. So we feel price based on bigger time frame charts. So if you want bigger targets, you need to go to a bigger time frame chart. All right. I personally have price coming up here to about 88.50. And so for me, I think any dip will get bought up eventually on bigger time frames. So I put time on my contract, and I took my entries right in here. Well, it's not just me, my members too. We all entered right here. And this is the play we got going on so far and stuff, and we'll see how it transpires. But that's kind of where we at. So Cartier said bearish PD arrays being disrespected gives you more confluence that price is bullish. Exactly. You want to look at what's being respected, which PD arrays are being respected, and which ones are not. Correct. Exactly. So smooth. Now let's go back to the slides for a quick second. All right, so boom. So oil, let's talk oil for a second, not on a watch list level. Let's kind of get into price action on this for real. So this is a before picture on the left. This is an after picture as of today. It's still a developing play. This is what I have transpiring on oil. We'll see how it play out. So far, so good. So this is the before picture. I put this in Discord for y'all. Y'all already seen this when it happened. Look where price rejected right at the arrow, right? Right at the VI. Why? Because price is an objective at all times. The objective on this upside move, nasty move, because that's not the real direction in my opinion, but we'll see if I'm right, was to come to this POI, this point of interest. This is a perfect point of interest. That's exactly why I made my arrow stop right there when I drew it. I did not move this arrow. And you see prices coming down now hard, leaving behind more inefficiencies. We love that. Okay. Oh yeah, so you guys see here at 8:57 a.m. I told the chat I went short. I cut for a small loss at 9:04. And then I re-entered at 9:07. We were trimming around 9:29, and then I got stop break even at 9:54. I'm only just telling y'all those times so y'all see that everything is documented here. Everything is timestamped. So I'm gonna show you guys how I lost and my thought process when I lost the play. Second one was a small win, but then I had to stop by break even the rest. But let me show y'all how to lose and how to lose small really quick, because it's such an important concept. Everybody talk about how to win. How do you lose small? So let's get into that real quick. How you lose small for real? So we're gonna work with CL here. Remember, the reason I'm even trying to go short on CL is based on what I was saying on this bigger time frame, right? I'm already bearish on CL, so I don't believe in no type of rally or nothing. All right, so keep that in mind. We got the rejection we wanted, and then also my phase 2 members could confirm this. Yesterday, I was telling phase 2 members, yo, we're going to run this target, this 72.44. I said price is going to run this today, meaning like the next day, which is today, right? So being that I was already bearish on the day, really based on the day. I'm just looking for entries. How do I participate in this move? All right, so here's another thing. What I tell you about bad order blocks. People who trade order blocks, they look at this as an order block, people. What is an order block? The order block would be the red candle before the green move that breaks structure or changes character, essentially. So you see, they will be looking at this red candle and saying, hey, yo, let's take an order block, let's take calls when price comes to the red area. But if they don't understand context, they're going to be taking the wrong order blocks all day long. I never trusted this. That's why I told my group yesterday, price is going to kill this level today. Therefore, obviously, I'm ignoring this order block. So you got to know ahead of time, like what to trust in and what not to trust in. That's a lesson in itself. I can't teach everything. I'm just kind of giving us a good overview before we really lock in together. So now let's see the loss I took. So remember AMD, remember that AMD thing I was talking about. So it's probably kind of hard to see on this time frame because I'm on a 1 minute, but we're gonna stay there. But maybe you can notice that this is accumulation. Hold on, let me see something. I need this purple real quick. What is this purple? What is that purple? I feel like that's from the daily, ain't it? I don't need that. If you don't know this, peep this, peep this. You see how I'm on a 1 minute and I don't want this daily purple point of interest here? You could double click your box. You can go to visibility. Shout out, I believe Steven told me this. I think he here. Shout out him for this tip. You can go to visibility and turn off the time frames you don't want to see it on. Like I only want to see it on the daily right now and maybe the weekly, but I definitely don't want to see it on the hourly or the minute chart right now. So I'm turning that off. Therefore, it's gone. But when I go back to the daily, it'll be there. Okay. Now, remember I told you guys about this setup where you have accumulation and then they're supposed to manipulate and then distribute. That's what I was looking for in CL. So when I told everybody, yeah, Alex, that's such a, I did not know that until I was like 3 weeks ago. I was like, oh, big game changer. So yeah, just double click on whatever you draw, double click on it. And my bad, I'm trying to double click on it. Just double click on it, y'all, and go to visibility and you could check what you needed on. But anyways, so look, accumulation, manipulate to the upside, distribute, right? That's what I wanted to happen. So now you guys might see, especially my phase 2 members, because that's where I put this call out in. Now you guys might see why I said I'm going short at whatever time it was. Obviously it's on the other tab. What time was that? I kind of want to see real quick just so we can really get an accurate. It's 8:57 and then I cut at 9:04. Bet 8:57 and cut at 9:04. All right, so look, 8:57. See this? I know we broke out of the consolidation and then I went short at 8:57 once it went red. I'm like, bet. Now look, here's what I want to see. Here's why I cut at 9:04. I cut at 9:04 because what I noticed is price just respected this bullish fair value gap, right? And it created a new high. So I'm like, all right, the play's not ready yet. So that's why I cut. So notice that I entered right here on this red candle and I cut on this green candle. What kind of loss do you think this is? Like I lost in their pennies, right? Like this is nothing type of, no big losses. And here's the thing, I need people to stop hoping and holding your plays. Like you have to have real logic behind your plays. Like why was I getting in? I was getting in because I wanted price to trade down hard. And if it was going to trade down hard, it shouldn't have respected this bullish fair value gap. It should never respected it. So guess what? My trade idea is dead. So if my trade idea is dead, my trade needs to be dead, right? Why would I hold this past that? Like once it got respected and developed new highs, right? I was like, I cut. And then it came down on me. It came back down. I'm like, I bet we good. All right, so we entered the trade for kind of make sure. I just want to make sure it's accurate. 907. All right, 929, 907. So boom, 907. We got back in there. Oh, I remember it was this candle for me. It says 906. By the time I sent it out, it was 907. I took this candle because I felt we shouldn't basically, and my phase 2 members know this. If we're bullish, we really shouldn't return back to this fair value gap. So once we came back to it, I was like, okay, look, it's lit. Like, everything lit. So that's why I got back in here at 906. Obviously, I'm targeting these lows. And I said in the chat, I don't know if y'all see it in the screenshot, but I said there's a bullish order block down here. that I think it's down here, whatever. There's a bullish order block down here that when price returns to it, we're not going to believe in it. Price is going to go past it. Keep that in mind. So we went short here. I told everybody to trim right here. I trimmed here, right? But obviously I wanted us to go lower. So once we came back up, it stopped me at break even. That's how you got to protect yourself. So there's no need to go negative. If I made a profitable play from here to down here, why would I let price make me go negative, right? I'm going to stop at break even. So protect your plays, protect your accounts at all times. All right, at this point, once price did this, I don't like that. So what I did is I went to the hourly and I put out this hourly SIBI. This SIBI, some of you don't know what it means and it's okay. Just know that's a place where I want rejections. So some people here use supply zones, demand zones. You guys have different things you like rejections on. Wait for your thing to get hit. So what I did was I literally set a price alert inside of the SIBI. It's funny because we came and touched the top of it. Or no, actually, I guess we just missed it. That's when my alert didn't go off. Because I remember like, I literally like left CL's chart at this time because once the trade I did didn't work out, I was done. And I just set my alert. Once it came to the SIBI, I got active again. But just know, like, so when price came up here, I wasn't even looking at CL in this time period. If it was an AMD setup, how does that go again? We go consolidation or accumulation, manipulation, distribution. What did I say is the other way of consolidation? It comes back to what? Prior order block or fair value gap inside of the consolidation, and then it'll go back to the upside. So why you think I cut my trade here break even? Because I noticed, we're reacting to the consolidation. So we're gonna make a new high, which annoyed me. I'm like, it's supposed to be the other one. Why is this setup playing out? So that's why I got out. And I said, all right, maybe I gotta see another setup for CL. I'm gonna wait and see what it do inside of my point of interest. That's why I set a price alert here. And now let's look what happens once price comes to our point of interest. All right, so let's lock in on these charts together right quick. Let's really lock in here. We're gonna do this together and just kind of go through mindset. So this is a crazy candle, right? It is a wild candle. And where did it go? Right to, first of all, my alert gets set off. So I come back to CL chart and I see this. Okay, this is interesting. I like this. But then I'm like, okay, we coming back up here. Before any major move, there's typically a run on highs. I'm not gonna go too much into detail on that, but I'm eyeing that. So what do we get? Run on highs and then boom, push down. So here's my mindset at this time. First of all, I'm not even gonna say nothing. I mean, y'all low-key already saw it, but phase 2 members for real, like phase 2 members, where's price going next? Just automatically. Like where's price going next? Just off looking at it. I mean, you want to call this an order block? Like what y'all want to do? Like, or is price going up from here, down from here? Cartier said they want to see a displacement below the short-term low. All right, I like it. Anybody else? Anybody else have an idea where price will be going? And based on what just happened, I know where price is going next. Phase 2 members, y'all probably, I don't know if y'all in here right now, but I'm showing my phase 2. Okay, there we go. I see a couple. There we go. All right, so my phase 2 members is talking now. So I heard it. All right, so they know price is going down. So what do I want to see here? If I'm expecting, take structural and also the FVG. Heard it. I like it. We got structural here. We got, this we're not even looking for bounces on based on the fact that this is a 1 minute and we just ran into an hourly one, right? So the higher time frame is always going to win the battle. All right, so what happens now? We want to see if this is truly the move. If this is truly the move, what do we want to see? Let me see who in here for real. If this is truly the move, what do we want to see develop on the chart right now? If this is truly the move. There you go, Lady Kells. Hit that lows by 4 fact. It should be time to go down now. Yep, so they said it. But what do we want to see? There you go, fair value. Got people say IO fair. All right, y'all saying some good things. False rally higher, tricking, willing buyers into the marketplace. Cartier's talking it. For a fact, he's talking that talk. Good. Sibby's, everything. Y'all saying all the right things. So guess what? We want to see one develop. So let's see if we get one. Oh man. Look like we developed one. we already knew the draw is lower. On top of that, we seen one come into the marketplace. Oh, it's lit. Oh, it's lit. Okay. So don't say too much, but we got a breakaway here, right? My phase 2 members know we got a breakaway. So first of all, in my head, I entered on the screenshots is literally on my Instagram of my entries and everything. Like, y'all seen me in 10 contracts, the money is there, everything on my Instagram. Y'all see the post. I entered at, dang, I don't even remember the price. I just know it was once this fair value got created, I entered around here somewhere. But it's on another tab. I'll show y'all anyways. But entered around here. My thing is, I don't expect price to even come back here. So if price did come back here and it didn't react, I would start to de-risk. So I'm just talking mindset right now. I'm in puts or sells because it's futures. I'm in sells. If price came back to this area, I would start to de-risk my position. So if I'm in 10 contracts, which I was in 10, I would start to shed maybe, I'd say probably 5 if price came back in here. But where's my stop loss for real? My stop loss is really over these wicks. I also been trying to notice where this rejected at. Is this a coincidence that price rejected right at the 50% of that hourly SIBI? Right? Because some of y'all are getting to know me a little bit more and seeing that I say prices is coding. This is all coding. It's an algorithm. This is nothing is by accident here, right? So this is not an accident. Y'all gonna see this happens way too often for it to be an accident, right? Where, okay, you see the 50% reaction, boom, we pop out. I mean, push down, fair value got created. I entered on this red candle expecting to run on these lows, and so now we in the play. All right, cool. Price comes here. The fair value, I mean the order block that I said to ignore to my members was down here, this red one. So I'm gonna draw that out just so y'all know. Look at that, right? A lot of people. So this is where people mess up at. Order block traders. This is what y'all gonna say without having real context. Y'all gonna say, yo, look, order block. You're gonna call this inducement. Some of you guys don't know what I'm talking about. I understand, but I gotta speak to like everybody in here, right? There's different people at different speeds in here, but please just bear with me. Y'all gonna call this inducement, and y'all gonna say, yo, when price comes to the purple, it's gonna pop out of there. No, stop it. Stop. We ain't doing that. You got, oh, I should have left that there, my fault. Up. Yeah, okay. We need to understand context. So we don't, this order block is going to get traded through. All right. Now we looking for what? This retracement, we looking for it to not, it's not a reversal, it's just a retracement. So now where did price reject from? You could call it a MB. There's an MB there. There's also, you could target this SIBI. Wow, look at that. The 50% of that again. Might be an accident. It's just a coincidence. Who knows? The 50% of that again. Anywho. And don't think, by the way, that it has to be the 50%. It doesn't have to be. It's situational. And I talk about the situations when you expect 50% and when you don't in the mentorship. But I'm showing you guys a couple examples where 50% rejection there, 50% rejection there. And so we pushing down. What do we use? This SIBI, another one that was created off of a SIBI reaction. I feel like I'm talking fast. And I see somebody say, I see an H pattern. This, I don't do patterns, right? But this H pattern plays out because there's context here. I have a bearish draw. Right? I have a bearish draw here. So I don't mind people using patterns when you actually have a draw on price. So if you know price is supposed to go lower, then you could trust this as a bear flag or an H pattern. Or I guess ugly head and shoulders if you really want to, but that's kind of forcing it a little bit. But yeah, you know what I mean? That's when you could trust patterns if you have a real draw on price, if you know where price is supposed to go. And so you see, if we react to a SIBI, you would love to see a SIBI created as we did, and we tapped into it. And so now we come down here. Wow, this order block, guess what? It didn't work out. It didn't work out. So if you took calls here or you took buys here, you got stopped out. You got stopped out because you don't understand context. And that's something we go in depth about in the mentorship. So now this rally higher, what am I thinking about this rally? Am I panicking? No, I'm not worried about that because it's already proven to me that price is coming to these lows. These are also the same lows. It's either these lows or the other lows that I told my group just yesterday, we're going to run those lows today. So off of this reaction, it's already proved to me that we're going to my target. So I'm dead not tripping on any retracement. I am not tripping. at all. Like, at all. Right, so price comes down here. Boom, trimmed. On this one, I took off 2 contracts. So mind you, I took 10 up here. I took off just 2 down here. So I'm still in 8. I'm still in 8. Boom, we ran the targets. I mean, I can't even stretch back that far back. I ran the targets. And where's price objective today? I said this in the Discord that some of you guys share with me right now. I said the objective is to enter these green boxes. These are VIs. I go in depth about VIs and when to expect them to get traded to, traded through, traded halfway through, traded. I'm not even gonna say too much. You know what I mean? I go in depth about them in the mentorship. All I'm saying is right now, I was telling everybody price is gonna draw into them. I sold so this little sequence right here, this consolidation going on, I'm not tripping. Because there's no way we not coming to the green box. I'm dead not tripping. And to be honest, my position is also protected by this high. So in the Discord, I was asked also like, yo, where would your stop loss be in this play? For me, my stop loss is right here because this is what we call a high that is protected. This is what we have. This high is not supposed to be closed above, not before you reach your target. I'm sure one day it'll get closed above, but you ain't gonna close above this high before you reach your target. So I'm literally not tripping in this play because I know we're coming to the green. So that's why I still have 8 contracts on the line. Remember, I started with 10. I started with 10 of them things where up here, right? I only took 2 off the safe exit, and then I held 8 for the green because I know we're going there. So that's the advantage of knowing where price is going. And I think my thing is lagging a little bit now, but yeah. So I sold 8 in the green. I left 2 for the next green. I sold 1 at the touch of it. Now here's the logic, and phase 2 members might notice. So gradients, phase 2. Gradients, that's all I'm gonna say. Gradient level 1, that's all I'm gonna say. So this is why I eventually cut my runner, because I didn't like how we was not about to fill out the rest of the green here. It's based on this yellow line. So look at what happens with this yellow line. If y'all can remember the gradients lesson, you'll see why this is where I cut. Once we came above this green high right here, that's why I took the last runner off the line. I had one more con, I took it off right here. Because once this got ran, I was like, okay, party done. Party done for my Caribbean head. All right, that's it. And then you see, that was the bottom. That was the bottom. Why? Because that was the objective of price today. And this is, 4:00 p.m. See the objective? So this is what I mean by price has an objective at all times. That's how we catch a move from up here all the way to down here. Just knowing objectives. I'm breaking up a little bit. Thank you, Mr. Ivan. Hopefully my thing is back better. I know I see my thing lagging a little bit. I hope you guys were understanding me. Okay, perfect. Dang, I hope y'all didn't miss any key things. But yeah, and this was just the overall visual here of the entry. Sold 2 down there. I was in MCL, by the way, not CL. I showed you guys a visual on CL, but I was in micros. I was in micros with the 10 contracts. 10 contracts on CL would have been crazy money with this. That would have been wow. But I would never do 10 contracts on CL. That's too much. That's over leverage. So no. But that's, so 2, so 6, so 1, and then so the last one, like I described. So this was today's play or whatever. Okay. Now, so let me see if there's anything else on the PowerPoint. I think it might be something else on the PowerPoint. Now I want y'all to get involved for real. Okay, I want y'all to get involved for real. So, people, let's do 10 equals 1 CL. Yup, yeah, I know, Kev. Exactly. So I pretty much took 1 CL con from there to the bottom, whatever. This is how you map out your trading plans for sure. This is 100% how I map out my trading plans. So if you notice, what I did, oh, and by the way, I do want to say this real quick. For people in that other Discord with me, cause I got people in different communities in here right now. For people that's in the community, I told y'all, sorry it looks so messy right now, but I said that last week's candle would turn red. It didn't turn red. My thing is, I need bodies. For anybody that knows about SIBIs, we need bodies to hold this blue area. That's why I said that. It didn't happen last week. So far this week is getting the reaction I wanted on a weekly candle perspective. So as long as this blue area is held by bodies, I like this target on oil. The daily perspective is this visual. This is what it looks like on the daily. I've been had this arrow here, so you already see this is literally where I wanted rejections from in the first place. I just thought that would happen last week. That's all. But it's obviously happening this week instead so far, and we'll see if we can get some continuation. I kind of like for CL, obviously y'all know I'm trying to get it down here, but in the short term, I just expect more downside. I expect us to fill out the VI that we stopped at today and continue lower. You could have a low-hanging fruit target of 72.66. Is that see? That's a 5.6. 72.56. Low-hanging fruit. No, I'm tweaking my fault. 70.64. My fault, y'all. 70.64. I'm talking about this. 70.64. That's low-hanging fruit target. But ultimately, I do expect it to push past this VI, come into these lows and everything. But that's a low-hanging fruit target for me is 70.64. 70.64. Are you from Wall Street Been Black? Heard it. Shout out to family. But surely smooth. But yeah, so what I do is I go from the higher time frame. I get my targets. I know my points of interest. So if y'all noticed, this was my point of interest. This is where I wanted price to reject from for all the confluences I had. And so that's why, I drew this arrow back here. I knew price would come here. Cool. I liked how it got there. The way it got there told me alone that that's not the true direction. This is not if this is the true direction, it shouldn't look like this. That's what I'm gonna say. If the true direction is downside, it should look like the way it looks today and yesterday. And the fact that we created inefficiency, my phase 2 members know what I'm talking about. The fact that we created inefficiency, it looks like the real direction. Like the real direction looks like downside. So we do want to come and run these lows next. All right. So cool. So now let me see. Oh yeah. So let's get into this. I need y'all help on this. Can anybody please suggest a day we could backtest real quick? We're gonna make this real quick, and then we're gonna get out of here. So Philly says December 12th, please. I missed out that day. All right, bet. We can rock with what Philly said. No problem. December 12th. At least you picked a recent day, because I want to be able to use the freaking 1 minute. And I want, because if y'all know in TradingView, if you go too far back, you don't have access to the 1 minute, you don't have access to the 30-second or the 15-second. And we like to take our entries there on the 1 minute. So you said December 12th. All right. So we're gonna do December 12th. So I went back to December. It should be December 11th. So the next candle will be December. Monday. Yeah. Cool. All right. So we're obviously gonna be backtesting the next day. So let's do this together. Let's kind of see how we could rationalize and how we could get through this trading day together. We're gonna do a group backtest. I want people to participate. I want people to come on mute if they could. I want to make sure that this is like a group thing as much as possible. But of course, I'm gonna talk y'all through how I will go through the trading day on this day. And hopefully Ophelia too, because she wanted this day, so maybe she could chime in a little bit. That was right before Fed Powell spoke. Market was waiting on the news. He usually speaks on Wednesday. We about to backtest a Tuesday, so I guess it's the day before maybe like an FOMC meeting. So that's also low probability, so I'm gonna be very cautious with my entries, but we'll see. So what I can say is my mindset here is, after seeing that we tapped into a higher time frame inefficiency, which would be this, right? It's a higher time frame inefficiency. I'm expecting upside, and I'm not expecting a double top. I know some people might expect a double top here, but I would not expect a double top here for the reason that there's too much buy side above. It's too much stop losses above. I don't, without getting too much in the detail, it's too much stop losses above. And so what I would do is I would use targets. My phase 2 members know what I'm talking about. I'm not gonna do that here because it's a little too much for this Zoom. But I will use targets to get me a draw. But at the end of the day, I'm bullish. So the daily tells me I'm bullish. Now, let's go to the time frame we will trade. I don't want to mess the 4 out too much because I don't want to go past it. Let's go to the 1 a.m. 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna go to 9:30, right? We're gonna be trading 9:30, obviously. So we're gonna skip like London sesh 6, 7, 8. All right, that's the 8 a.m. candle. Smooth. So this is what the hourly looked like headed into the day. So remember that I have a bullish draw. So here's something else that Cartier said, higher time frames are overall bullish, want to take trades only in that direction. Exactly. So here's another thing, and Cartier might know about this, but if I have a bullish draw on the day, I expect some type of downside early between 9:30 and 10. I'm expecting that. Because even if you just picture like we on NASDAQ, so if you just picture QQQ's daily candle, what you're gonna, I talked about this last time, but if you expect bullish draws that day, if you expect price to be bullish that day, how do you get the bottom wick on a daily candle, right? You have to go down early and then close a day higher. So that means that the down part of the day is gonna happen early in the day. So I'll say that heading into, and then, you know, I guess we could already see that developing right here. It looks like we're pushing down so far. Let's push to, this is 9 o'clock, 9:15. Smooth. So it's already playing out. So I'm not gonna play downside probably. I'm gonna wait for signals on upside. Cartier said manipulation to the downside, correct. Carrying, sending emojis. She feeling us. Let's get it. Let's work. I'm trying to see if I can show you an example of what I mean though really quick. This is what I mean, y'all. If you notice, this green candle on DXY, I'm doing this randomly. I actually don't, hopefully this is a good example. Hope I don't mess up what I'm trying to say, but basically this is a green day, right? What is this, Thursday? Today, I guess. Yeah, this is earlier today. This is a green day on DXY, right? So that means that I would expect the downside to have happened early in the day. How do you get the bottom wick? And look at most candles, they have a top wick, usually have a bottom wick. This day, I guess, wasn't no bottom wick, but either way, even for this day that I'm highlighting, where do you think the wick came from? Probably in the morning, and then it stalled up in the afternoon. All right, so there's usually a top and bottom wick. So you got to think about how candles are developed. That's all I'm trying to say here. And let's see if that holds true for this. So it was a green thing, right? All right, so it went down first Thursday. Yeah, Thursday went down first. See how London session was bearish on DXY, and then it pushed up to close the day higher. Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to say, right? So if you peep, you know, it opens up, comes down first. That's how we get the bottom wick, and then it closed the day higher. And then when you look at it on a daily, like, oh, look, a green candle. That's what I'm talking about here. So that's what I'm getting at for, where the thing at? This one, right? That's what I'm talking about for this. So I'm expecting bearishness early. This is 9:15. Let's go to the 9:30 time period, 9:29. And let's work. I'm just looking for signs for upside. I can mark out some potential downside targets. I'm not looking to play them, but we're gonna see what price is looking like. Okay. So we killed both of those downside targets. All right, we want to see what price is doing. This is 9:37. There's nothing I like here. I don't know about y'all. Y'all can remember, don't feel like shy. You could come off mute at any time, cut me off in my words. I don't care. Just talk. Like, you can talk at any point. Tell me thoughts or anything you like. All right, anytime. I personally don't see nothing I like right now. Only thing I say is, and phase 2 members might notice as well, we expect a run on these highs. All these highs that were just developed here, we expect a run on these highs. So that's already kind of even feeding my bullish bias. I would expect a run on these highs at any second now, especially with the way price is looking right now. I would expect a run on those highs. Wait for the displacement in the direction you're trading in. I'm waiting on the same thing, my brother. Waiting on the same thing. Okay.
When you say displacement, what do you mean? Because you know, it's been kind of mentioned a lot. So what does it mean exactly when you say displacement?
Yeah, it's a mentorship topic, right? So it's a whole class on that in itself. So even my face members don't even go into that because I've got to save some stuff for the mentorship. But I will say an easy way to picture it is simply aggressive moves. And yeah, I know I'm using a lot of terminology. That's why it's kind of hard to talk SMC in like general settings, because when you have different styles, it's like there's a lot of vocab that we use that's like not really typical. But it's hard to talk about price without it, because it's, you know what I mean? I wish I could like talk around it. I could just say it's like just picture aggressive movements. So I want to see aggressive movements in the direction that I want, which is the upside. I'm already expecting downside early, as we're seeing. So once I get some confirmation on aggressive moves to the upside, I'm gonna start looking to get in. That's all it is. My fault for the you know, it's a lot, y'all. It's a lot. It's so much to get into. But I'm just drawing some other targets that might. Oh, we already hit that. Okay, so let's see. We hit that too. And then, all right. If this bearish OB don't hold price down, I like a run over these highs, and I'm gonna start looking to get involved, because that'll be a bearish PDRA or bearish tool failing. Because if we're still bearish, this should reject price. This green candle should reject price if we are still bearish. Okay, so now it looks like we're gonna get that run on those highs, meaning like a run on all of these highs right up ahead. Thank you, Ms. Carey. Appreciate you. All right, so we got the run on the highs we was looking for. We leaving inefficiencies.
So that's what I was actually looking for. I know you say you don't use retest and stuff like that, but when you drew all the lines and I saw all the wicks on the top of the candle trying to break out that level, me personally, I was kind of waiting for it to break it, to hold it, to come back to touch it again and hold above it and then go.
Okay, so basically it's like based on the wiki action of it, right? You were kind of thinking of it like, all right, we might break the level, but then come back above it, kind of like what we're seeing right now.
So yeah, so you see how before, when it first started coming down into those levels, it'll close below, close above, close below, close above, close like that. So yeah. I was looking for it to close above, which it did on, if you move your cursor to the right there. I was waiting for it to close above, and then for the next candle to come back and touch that line again, and then still close above it as well, which it did before it starts to take up towards the upside.
Got you. Now that's smooth. I mean, and look, we end up with the same like logic where we expect an upside off of that in itself. And so what you're saying is good. And Ivan says break and retest, you know, so for people who trade break and retest, then yeah, that's what she's describing essentially. I don't trade break and retest personally, but this would, you know, kind of holding that way for me. I think I'm gonna take entries in this here. I need bodies to hold this. If bodies don't hold this, then I might de-risk. I'm not. It's not about might. I will de-risk if bodies don't hold that. Ultimately, yeah, I would de-risk if bodies don't hold this, and I will leave runners to see if we lose the swing low down here. That's all. That's how I would trade this. Let's say we're gonna do 5 contracts. Okay, we have a maximum of 5 contracts we could take on these trade. Any trade we take in this back test. Would be nice for price to trade into that basically on the displacement high. Yeah. We didn't enter yet, Sheila. Yeah, that candle would have been my retest. Cool. So we got people thinking in the same direction. We like it. All right, so boom, let's work. Did this tap into it did technically tap in and it reacted. I'm gonna go ahead and enter on this.
Yeah, a fire early entry. I was looking more at like almost like 3 tools. So if that SIBI right above it didn't hold, let's say we traded through that, I would hope to use it as an inversion and enter on the back side of that. But this is a much earlier entry for sure.
Yeah. Now that's a fact. That's like the safer, like a real safe way to get into, because this is like trying to prove the bullishness. So what I'll do here, even with that thought, is like I'll go in with 3 of them, and then I'll add the rest if things are going in the direction I like. So remember, we have a maximum of 5. I added 3. Obviously, it looks like we're getting in here because it's a back test, but truly we're trying to get in off of this reaction. You see this red candle? That's really our entry truly, but it's a back test, so we gotta do what we gotta do. Now let's see what happens. All right, it's coming back down. All right, body's holding it so far, but so far we have drawdown. Technically our drawdown shouldn't be this much, because once again we got it right here, but it's cool. But I like, to me, this is a signature in itself. That's the true precision of it. To me, this is a signature in itself. Body's coming up to hold this. So if the next candle is a bullish candle, I'm gonna add the rest, because I got the signature I wanted to see personally. Also, I like the fact that this price is using this as a breaker. Low-key risky entry, but if it works out, you valid. If it doesn't, stop loss at the lows. Yeah, that's why I only entered half position. So anytime I'm entering early like that, I'm gonna go half position. But I like the fact that, because this is the thing, I think Cody, even you mentioned it, it's about the PDA rate failing, or in other words, the tool failing. Remember how I said earlier, this was supposed to be a bearish OB if we were truly bearish. You see how it didn't work out, right? So guess what we used? We used it on the other side. So this confluence with the fact that we created inefficiencies on the way up is why I like price going up. Even if my entry might be slightly off, I like price going up, but I would only go half size based on the fact that it's sort of an early entry. Now it looks like a break in convergence with the BTSMC. Yes, exactly. That's exactly what I'm talking right here. See, this high in convergence with the rectangle. See, all right. So, and bodies are holding it, so I like it. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and add the rest. You can see bodies, right? Bodies. That's what we want. I'm gonna go ahead and add the other 2. And let's see how this works out for us. All right, we leaving inefficiencies. Ideally, I don't want this to even come back. I don't want this to get traded back into. So I'll leave that there. I don't want that to get traded back into. I want acceleration over these highs now. All of these highs. So basically it's like even like a very short-term target. I want probably even higher, but a very short-term target to even be up there, because these is like fake highs to me. All right, so target 1 hit. We get a reaction there. Okay.
Real quick question.
Yeah.
So you see that the high, the target we just hit, it looks like that tapped into a SIBI. What would make you think that, like, what would make you leave on position versus take off, like, basically all? Yeah.
Because of the, what you call it, remember like the higher time frame drill we had, like we're bullish on the day, so we never believed in the downside move anyways.
Got you.
So so if y'all noticed, and that's why it's a great question, I hope y'all take heed to what I'm saying here. If you have a higher time frame direction, you're not necessarily worried about highs like these. You might get a reaction to it, and that's why stop loss could be break even, this and that. But first of all, a signature, I'm getting all the signatures I like. Notice how this didn't get traded back to before we hit target. Beautiful. I like that. I wanted that to stay open. As well as, remember, we were bullish on the date, so time and price is everything. So you notice how the 9:30 to 10-ish area was kind of when we played the downside, and then now we get in the upside in the 10 o'clock area. So that's what we want to see ultimately. low hanging fruit objectives really be all you need. No lie, because I real life could like just take profits here if I wanted to, but like, we technically could take one off. But like, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Like, I don't want to because I'm leaving my stops break even because I would think price would want to come up past this personally. All right, I'm keeping it.
Hi. Can I see what the candles look like on the 5 minute, if possibly?
Yeah, it might show us a little bit more, but it's just a 5 minutes, so it's cool. The story is I got you right now. Let me see the chat. It says the story is told, just gotta wait for page flip. Reference to higher time frame for direction, but people tend to get chopped out by going in too early. Got teaching ahead at night. Yeah, appreciate you. For a fact, use a higher time frame. It gives you direction. In the lower time frame, strictly entries, and then you can monitor it on the lower too if you know what you're looking for. It's kind of like if y'all remember the CL play. Remember during CL play, there was like it was going down, and then there was like little rallies, and I was like, I'm not worried because I know price is coming to the green box. That's what I mean. Like if you know where price is going, you don't panic. So I know in a lower time frame it might look scary when you have, for example, big red candles come in like that. But if you know what to look for, it's not a reversal, it's just a retracement. Okay. But yeah, 5 minute candle right here. This is what the 5 minute look like right now. I like.
Thank you. I wanted to see if it would have looked like a fake out candle. That's what I was trying to look to see. The red candle, the 3 candles that you were seeing on the 1 minute.
Yeah.
Right. I wanted to see how it would have looked on the 5 minute.
I mean,
so it would have been a fake out.
But I'll say this too. Also, while you speak on that topic of fake outs, a lot of people see this as a bearish order block. And look, context tells you not to pay attention to this bearish order block. So we not even look how it got traded through. So then people say, yo, man, I hate like order blocks don't work. No, you don't know how to choose the correct order block. And that's why you're getting stopped out trying to take an order block here and you're not choosing the right ones. That's not like it's definitionally it's an order block. Why? Because you got a breaker structure that impulsive move. You can take the green candles that cause a breaker structure. Like literally, like definitionally, I could take a picture of this and be like, hey guys, let me draw it real quick for people who are not familiar. You would say that this is damn, I stopped the play out by accident. I'm gonna have to re-enter. This is people definitionally would say, yo guys, this is a bearish order block. And they're right. Does that mean you should use it though? No, you should not. Where we entered that? We entered on I know where we entered that. I'm gonna take us there right now. It was that, and then we entered here. And we went with 3 at first, and then we put the other 2 in right here. All right, cool. And then we got up to here. I think this is pretty much where we left off at. We seen the 5 minute. We already know this bearish order block is to be ignored. We ain't worried about that. And we pushing. Did I draw the 5 minute target? Oh yeah, I did. I want price to come up in here ideally. So let's see. We get up there. I mean, as long as my bullish tools are holding and my structure is holding, I'm good. This little area is a little shaky, but we still pushing smooth. There's no reason to sell right now, right? Like you tell me, if you see a reason to sell, let me know. I don't see nothing. I see fake high. Exactly, Alexis. Yup. So, yeah, target those highs low key. Yup. So we on the same page, y'all. On the 5 minute time frame, looks like AMD type vibes. And dude, you might be getting it at a valid price on a distribution leg higher. Could target that high. No, that's why, I got price coming in here ideally for facts. So we all on the same page. Let's keep it moving. Okay, all right. We got the little bounce back, smooth. There's no real reason for me to sell anything right now. We didn't even lose this low yet. But it's like, remember, like I have a bullish draw. So like I said, every dip I'm expecting to get bought up. even if it's just never mind. Even if it loses this low, like if it closes on this low, I'm still not bearish. To me, some of y'all might have heard of liquidity sweep. That's a sweep to me. But I would obviously have to see what the candles do. But let's see if we even get that. Okay, we ain't gotta even worry about that. Price should be running these highs next.
Bro, would you lock in one at this point just to secure profits for the business?
If I was gonna do that, I really should have did it at this high. Now that we doing this and we know we about to run this high, and my phase 2 members should know why we about to run this high. It's like you technically could, and this is a preference thing. Sometimes when I feel like I got a fire entry, for me it's hard to like, I don't know, I'm willing to go break even in a sense, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna go negative, I can say that, but there has to be something significant that happens for me to like start trimming when I feel like I really like my entry. Like, I don't even expect none of this to get revisited down here, to be honest with you. I'm expecting us to push over this hard, because if we was going to come down, just think about certain lessons we learned in the mentorship, right? If we were supposed to make a reversal, it would have happened right here. So the fact that we did this move and pushed up, made a higher high like that too, the objective is higher. The objective is higher for sure. I mean, let me not jinx it, knock on wood. But the objective is higher. Cartier said price been rocky this month. Nah, I know. It has. So we will watch it close. I agree with y'all. But like, look at bro. Honestly, look at this. Look at the upside and look at the downside. Is not telling? Is that not telling y'all? Look at this downside, choppy, ugly, push. Choppy, ugly, push hard. Choppy, ugly, push hard, right? Creating inefficiencies. Look how we tapped in. Boom. Now we want to see another one created right now. Ideally. Okay, we still using it. Let's see. If we lose this one, I'll start to trim. If we lose this inefficiency, I'll start to trim. You see how bodies are still holding it? Bodies sitting on top of it, we good. I'll trim if we lose this one. You see what the bodies is doing. Bodies tell the story. I don't like to revisit. But we gonna run on. I think honestly, y'all, phase 2 members should know why I say we should be running those highs. Honestly, I think this is time distortion. I think we should be running those highs. We should basically run those highs before we ever come back to this low. That's all I'm gonna say. But like I said, if we lose that with bodies, I will trim. That's how I'm gonna go about this. All right, so hey, bodies is holding it. Bodies is holding it. Also, do y'all think that's accidental? That bodies is holding that? But to me, those are signs. Like, I feel like it's screaming to me that we should be running these highs before we run these lows. But we'll see. I'm gonna let bodies tell me whether or not I should trim this play. All right. So we ran that hot. Now we want to see price push out of it. Tapped into the inefficiency, pushed out. Now we want to see some hard moves. We still in full position. Something I am really good at, a lot of y'all know that because you know me now, is holding from like full price legs. I do advocate for trimming. Don't ever get it twisted. I love trimming. Y'all see it literally, like, look, MCL, I was trimming, right? I didn't hold all 10 to the bottom. I sold 2 here, I sold 6 down here, and I sold 1 and 1. But trimming is absolutely recommended. I would never teach not to trim. I'm just saying that situationally, I kind of know which situations I want to hold full position on and which ones I don't. But there's no reason to sell right now. I would like the reaction here. I will probably trim a little bit if we lose. Basically, price shouldn't lose this. This is the order block I would like. So this is the order block I would like. All right, there you go. So knowing which order blocks to choose saves you a lot of headaches. So we made a new high. Good. All right, I don't like price coming back down in the here. Because now it tells me price is gonna run these lows next. So based on that, I'm gonna sell tree. We already caught a big move. Based on what just happened, price is gonna run these lows next. All right, so it came to these lows. It doesn't have to run the wicks, just has to come under the bodies, but that's a little, I say too much, but all right, smooth. Now price should be coming back through these highs next. Perfect. So my runners are protected. I'm good. I like what we did here. Now we should run those highs next. Because once again, if price was really supposed to come down, this red candle that rejected this SIBI, this BPR, this SIBI, would have taken us under these lows. Notice how it didn't? All right, so to me, these highs are next, and ultimately our purple area that we really want to take profits in the most. So let's see. Hopefully, I'm still working to hold it for longer. Yeah, it takes a lot of practice for sure. Cartier sees the nice bits he created on the higher move. Yup. Price will mess around and engineer buy side right above that high to go trade higher there at a later time. Below that high, you mean? Below that high, yeah. Yeah, facts. It's engineering liquidity on the way up for whenever it's time to kill sell side, but you know, we'll see if that happens today or not. But let's see. Basically, what I'm saying is before we run these lows, we should be running these highs. We should run these highs up top before we ever come to these lows. That's what, when I say like knowing where price is going ahead of time, that's what it's telling me. I'm not perfect, I could be wrong, but that's what it's telling me based on what just transpired. All right, so I was wrong on this one. I still have my, technically it didn't lose the lows, but like it went lower than I wanted it to. But let's see if it actually loses the lows. All right, so it lost it here. So I'm gonna take my runners off. My Facebook members know what it did react off of. I just didn't think this would hold us because it didn't hold us the first time. See how it didn't hold us the first time? That's why I said, all right, we're going to the highs, but it held us the second time. Well, actually, the third time, the third revisit is the one. So I'm gonna cut my runners on that. Oh no. Flattened. Cool. And time and price is everything. So time and price is everything. We now in the lunch hour. I damn near don't even be trying to look at the lunch hour. So I'm gonna do literally just that. And I'm going to fast forward through lunch. Cause lunch is nonsense. And notice what happens, right? When we lose the spot I said we shouldn't lose. Once we lost this, look, real reversal. We don't want to be a part of that. And that's why I advocate for trimming as well. Once we didn't hold this green BTSMC, we didn't hold this green BTSMC, right? Okay. And we left what? A red SIBI? Bad signs. That's why I took off most of my position here. I held runners just in case. Runners got stopped out right there in profit. So that's the logic behind that. And we want to see what happens next. So let's try to fast forward through lunch. We almost done. Yeah, we about to wrap up in a little bit. We almost done. Prices come back up, so I like that in itself. I start trying to look around the market around 1250-ish. Around 1250-ish. So that's 1249. All right, so 1250. So I said this last time we got on here, but look at the 1 o'clock time period. Around 1 o'clock, you start to see real movement coming to the market. So lunchtime, you see that they just took you through a roller coaster because they went down at first and came right back up. Now they're going down. That's why lunch ain't really high probability conditions. We avoid that for the most part. Sometimes lunch will give you something, but we avoid that. All right, so 1250. Let's see what we got. I wonder if this red candle holds price higher or not. Okay, so it got us to some highs. The red candle did get us to some highs. Let's see if we can go above the highs though. There we go, smooth. All right. I didn't enter here obviously because it wasn't like an amazing setup for me, but I wanted to see if it worked. Basically, I was looking at this red candle right here. This. Wow, would you look at the reaction at the 50% of it? That's crazy, right? I mean, maybe it's a coincidence. Anyways, then you get this push here at what time? 102. Time and price. As soon as you take your runners off, that's when price will go higher. I hate that, but man. Listen, fuck that one. All right, so let's see what we got. I mean, to me, honestly, it's lit. We left the inefficiency. We're gonna run these highs. I would love for us to tap back into here, basically, if we could. But it might not get tapped back into. It might actually be one of those that price leaves behind. I actually almost anticipate that. If it leaves it behind, that's actually very bullish for us. All right, so we visited. Like I said, I'm gonna take entries in here. Why am I taking entries? We're about to run these highs, and we already had the purple target above. We've been targeting these the whole time, right? That been a target for us. We just never got to hit it. That's still a target. It's not like it's just about entries. If you use the magnet tool, you can make precise boxes on the. Oh, I didn't know that. I did not know that. Wow, I'm looking into that. That's a trading view secret. I'm gonna definitely look into that. Thank you. Magnet tool, bet. That'll come in clutch. But because I already made so much profit for the day, I'm going with 3 contracts here. I'm not gonna go in full size. We already made our full size play for the day. 3 cons, and let's see. My stop loss is what? What's my reason for getting in the play? My reason for getting in the play is first line of defense is this green Bissy. Second line of defense is the fact that this is a red bullish OB. I don't even think it got tapped into, which it didn't. So people who only take trades on OBs, you might get left. That's why you gotta learn more things. SMC is so much deeper than order blocks and breaker blocks. So much deeper. And then once again, you gotta know which ones to take. But let's see if order block people get tapped into. Yeah, what's up? Somebody says that?
Hi, I wanted to ask, when you're making the blocks, right? Mm-hmm. What do you use? Because I'm trying to figure out how you use the wick of the previous candle and the wick of the candle of
like this,
the
right?
one behind the bullish run there.
You basically asking like how I
like right? What's that? Hold on, let me see. The pin bar.
Okay, so you basically.
Is that what you're using?
Yeah. So, that's, yeah, no problem, Ivan. So yeah, that I did it based on the low of this green candle, this green doji, and the high of this doji on the bottom. That's what I made my box based on, because this is bullish fair value gap basically. So that's what I made my box based on.
Okay, thank you. Because I was trying to figure out how you got to measure in your area there. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Good question. And just I gotta get a disclaimer every time I talk about fair value gaps on group Zooms. Please don't take fair value gap entries, please, without doing the mentorship or learning from whoever you want to learn from. But like I said, a lot of people on YouTube don't even teach it properly anyways. Like, for real, I'm not just saying that. Trust me. Take from my experience. I done lost so many plays on fair value gaps trying to learn from people that didn't know what they was talking about. Most people don't, because it's very intricate. That's why I have like 5 hours of content on fair value gaps alone, just by itself. It's not as simple as, oh, I know what it looks like, let's take entries. No, I'm telling you, you're gonna get killed, destroyed in the market trying to do that. Okay, you gotta know which ones to take, when to take them, when to expect them to not get traded to, get traded to, trade to 50%, trade to this, trade to that. It's a lot. So anywho, I'm gonna try this one out based on things that I said earlier. So let's see. I like the reaction so far. I need bodies to hold it, and I'm Gucci. As long as bodies hold it, I'm Gucci. Time distortion. I don't like the drive lower here, but it's okay. Not tripping. I got the other line of defense as this red candle. So my order block people, I think, just got tapped in. If you trade order blocks, you just got tapped in right here. Now, what I want to see? I want to see the disrespect of this one. Not to make my chart messy. I know I hate messy charts, but I want to see disrespect to that one. It's getting respected. No bueno. No bueno. This is good. This is a good. I like this reaction under this low. If it could take us back up, we good. It's lit. We like that. So the revisit, not the retest. I don't like that word. I don't do retest. The revisit back to this SIBI is not a good sign. If we can displace over these highs, then you know we in the clear. Oh yeah, it's lit. Oh, they playing with me. They playing with me. They playing with me. They playing with me. It's choppy. Let's just hopefully. All right, bet we got the candle we needed. We got the candle we needed. There it go. There it go. Cause now I know these highs is next. They finna run over all these highs. So basically, like, we coming up over here. My face 2 people know you can even see it. DOL is coming up here. Oh wow, they killing us. They playing with us in this freaking busy. But they ran these highs. I don't like how price dropped back down like that. It shouldn't have done that, but it ultimately never lost the low, so we good. But like, if I was in this play in real life, this would have been giving me a heart attack. Like, yo, what's up? That would have got me for surely. But we got to that. Now we want to obviously push over that high. We want to push over that high. There we go. All right, we got to the purple area. I'll trim here because it's a safe target. I'll trim here.
I'm like, take our money, Rail.
Facts. I play.
Stop playing with me. Target hit.
I target hit for. I take. You know what? Since my entries hit, I'm gonna take one off because like, let me see something over here real quick. Bro, I don't think price. You know what? Whatever. I'll take off 2. Let me be a good example out here. I'm gonna take off 2, okay, and then we leave the runner to see whatever we want to see. We just gonna let Sheila. Why we took profit, Sheila? We just we just gonna let the runner do what it do until it's invalidated. So right now, obviously, we're in a nice bullish move right here out of this bullish fair value gap, and we're gonna let things do what it do. If we get a closure but it's white line, that's a great sign. Okay, this is a great sign for us to push past the purple box. That's a good sign for us to push past the purple box. If we could hold above it, oh, it's lit. So now even like this red candle shall support price to push us higher. Just got us to a new high. Cool, perfect. There we go. Pretty confident we pushed past the purple now. Yeah. So we got past the purple. I can delete it. I'm literally gonna just let. It's 3 o'clock. So I only got an hour left in the market. We caught a nice move right now though. This runner is about to see heaven. There's literally no reason to sell. That's why we just keep going. There's nothing to talk about. It's like just, yeah, I don't see no reason to sell. I would sell if we lose this wick. I'll sell if we lose that wick. All right. I'll sell if we lose this on a closure base. If we close below that wick, I'll sell. Okay. Now my stop loss rolls to I'll sell it under here. I'll sell under here, that's fine. That might get ran, but actually never mind. I guess not. We pushing for real. Oh wow, that's 4 o'clock. I'm crying. I guess we had to sell here. We ain't got no choice. That was literally the end of the day. I'm weak. And shoot, that runner seen heaven. Man, I would be out. LOL. King of holding over here, diamond here. So my blood pressure is high. Y'all got me weak in the chat. Nah, like literally, y'all. Just let the chart tell you when to sell. Like Don't think about the money. Think about the fact that price has to do certain things. So like, I'll use one quick example and then we're gonna wrap because I don't want to keep our head too long. For example, wasn't it this one I was talking about? I don't know, but I think I said price. I don't want price to lose his wick because this is a continuation OB. Some people also, my members might see this also as a booster. So once we came back here, you see we made another reaction. But anyways, as long as price holds this, we bullish, right? So like literally, like why am I tripping off of retracement? Price never goes in one direction. It has to retrace at some times, but as long as bullish tools or my bullish things in the market are holding, I should be holding. Once they get violated, I'll take it off. So the same thing here, like, you know, I said the same thing for this. As long as price held these red candles, I was good. It didn't even come back to it, so that's perfect. You know what I mean? Or whatever it is, bro. Like, where did we get in there? I don't know. But yeah, y'all see, y'all catch my drift. Like, I catch my drift because even for this, you see how price was holding this busy? Price is holding this busy, right? So what reason do I have to sell? Everything here is bullish. I don't care about the chop. It's just chop to move higher. That's all. We break out, come back to the order block, and keep pushing. Keep pushing. So that's why I'm able to hold for like full price levels. Y'all see it on CL today. Because all I'm doing is following the stuff I want to see. You know what I mean? Like this retracement here, I'm not tripping on it. It came back to a SIBI. Boom, retracement, came back to OTE, push down. SIBI, push down. Didn't lose these highs. This is an ITH right here. Well, no, actually, it's not an ITH, but obviously it didn't lose these highs. It's really nothing to trip about. This is just chop. Keep coming down. SIBI, rejection, boom. This is nothing to talk about. We already have the green draw. Boom, this was the real target. This was the runner target. There's just let the market tell you when to do things. We not tripping off nothing because we know what price goes up and down for very specific reasons. Price goes up and down for very specific reasons. Why did it go up right here? To tap into this BPR or to tap into this SIBI. That's why price went up right here. So am I tripping? No, because I'm expecting that. It's not leaving these for no reason. It's leaving that because price is gonna come back to it eventually. I just have to brace for impact and hope it don't trade past it. If it trade past it, now I'll be like, okay, maybe it's a reversal. Let me start to de-risk. Maybe take some contracts off. You feel what I'm saying? So let the charts tell you how to act. That's all. Smooth 7,700. Yeah. Listen, I don't even, with my real money, I don't trade multiple contracts on NQ. I'll be on MNQ with multiple contracts though. But NQ multiple cons, the payouts be real big on this with your real money. But on some funded challenge stuff though, I'll be messing with this for sure. My real money, I do multiple contracts on micros. Right, that's a nice payday, yeah, for a fact. I mean, look at the plays we caught in our backtest just now, though, right? We got in here, sold most here. It's pretty much this price leg right here, and then we got back in down here and took it to here. So literally together just now, we just traded we traded damn near the whole day. We skipped lunch because time and price. Time is the most important element in the market. All right, now last thing I gotta show y'all, well, not really charts, but just because y'all hear me, just know we are starting next week. So I'm gonna put the link just so y'all know the mentorship is absolutely starting next week. So mess with us, man. Mess with us. We gonna be there next Thursday. We starting, y'all. Limited spots, and definitely my people, definitely hear me clearly. If you have a friend to bring, I got a special offer for y'all, but y'all gotta DM me. If you have a friend to bring, we talking discounts. Okay, if you bring somebody with you. Yeah, I know I'm excited to have you in this, Sade. For real. But that's the link right there for the mentorship. We starting on Thursday. And so here's my Instagram right here. That's how you can contact me. My Instagram is at BagTalkTerrell. All right. So there you go, man. There you go. Any last minute questions? Cause I'm keeping that way too long. I'm glad you like this. I appreciate you allowing me to share with y'all. Any last second questions? That's all I had. That's all I wanted to share. Oh, Q's messing with it. All right, so mess with us, man. Mess with us in the mentorship, y'all. And we about to start up. And anybody that took my mentorship before could vouch. Like, you gotta keep up with it. Like, it's like a math class where lessons build on each other. So don't wait. Like, get in now. We about to start next Thursday, 7 days from now. Full price leg holders, real talk, real talk. Alex the Killer is in here. Alexandria the Killer is in here. Lady Kel's in here. She another killer too. I stayed up till 2:45 a.m. and this was great. Oh, Ivan is in a different time zone. I appreciate the time, brother. I appreciate you sharing the time with me, man. That means a lot. Alexa said, "Gems, United Kingdom, UK in the house." Your sister invited you. Shout out your sister, for real. I'm glad you got value, man, for real. Like, definitely means a lot to me. So shout out to you, man. Yeah, thank you, Vic. Thank you, Vic. Glad you liked it. Glad you liked it. Shout out y'all for allowing me to share with y'all. And I'm gonna post this recording in Wall Street Been Black. And yeah, can you bring additional friends? Yes, everybody you bring, you get an extra discount. The more people you bring, they have to sign up, the better. So for sure. Says she not your real sis, but I know how it go. And you're very welcome in the chat. But yeah, y'all, holla at me. Y'all see my gram. The link to the mentorships in the chat. Pause one more time, just in case you missed it. Make sure you copy and paste it, because I'm about to end the Zoom. Copy and paste it. I'm about to end the Zoom. My face two members is crazy. But yeah. All right. About to end the Zoom. We out of here, y'all. Take care.